My name is Chris Foster, and I'm the captain of the 1998-1999 West Bakersfield Debate Squad. And today I'll be interviewing the god of West High debate, Mr. Don Vettel.
Thanks, Chris.
How are you doing today, Mr. Vettel?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
All right. We'll just jump right in here. Let's start off with, if you just want to tell us a little bit about yourself. Where were you born at?
I was born in Burbank, California in 1946.
And you attended high school in Burbank?
Attended high school at Burbank High.
And did you participate in competitive speech in high school?
Didn't know a thing about it. And certainly Burbank High School's had one of the ongoing programs over the years.
Mm-hmm. And then where did you go to college after high school?
Spent 6 years at Santa Barbara, and it was there that I became aware of speech and debate. I would pass the forensics building every day, but I really didn't have any concept of what it was.
So what did you major in high school then?
English and history.
And then you began teaching when?
1970 here at West High, and I've been at West High for the whole trip, basically 30 years.
And then, so when did you begin coaching speech?
I began coaching speech, I guess, when I recognized what forensics was. I was teaching here at West High in 1972, and across the hall was the teacher who had the speech and debate team at the time, and she asked me to come over and judge some rounds. And of course, I didn't have the slightest idea what she was talking about, but I found it sort of met my analytical interests, and therefore I became interested in being a coach, and so I shared the program with her in 1972, and then I became the head coach here at West in 1973.
So how long have you been coaching debate for?
Basically on and off about 25 years.
And did you ever hold any offices in league or in California or in the NFL?
Well, of course, I was on the state council for many years, and I was the league president for a number of years, and I'm sure I was involved locally in a variety of things.
And could you describe the success that some of your students had at the California State Tournament?
Well, my interest, I guess, when I got involved in debate more extensively was with team debate, and it became there that I tried to exercise an emphasis. In the first run, I did a lot of the invitational things, and I retired for a couple of years in the mid-'80s. Then I came back with kind of a commitment to do the persuasive thing in speech debate. And there was a run there between 1984 and 1992 where I had 3 state champions, 2 second places, and 7 or 8 semifinalists in team debate. And it's something I guess I'm very proud of.
It's a great accomplishment. How many times did you travel the state tournament, would you estimate?
Oh, probably 20 years. I think once you kind of get the beat with speech and the beat with debate, you know how to get people there, and so it's not so much a question of getting there, it's a question of how well you do there.
So could you describe any of the success that your students had at nationals?
Well, I had this one team which was very big, I guess, in my life in debate. That would have been the team of Bernie Barman and Steve Weiner. Bernie had actually finished first in team debate in the CHSSA tournament twice, and his partner had once with Bernie and once with someone else. And we went back to the national tournament that year, and they were able to finish 5th in the nation. So that was probably our high point with the national tournament.
Are there any coaches that stick out in your mind?
Well, there are a lot of coaches that stick out in my mind, but I better pick a couple that I think will be happy to listen to this tape. One that's going to surprise a lot of people was John Wasserberger, who really taught me how to kind of set up a program, do fundraisers, get involved with kind of delegating authority, which I've never been very good at. Another one that's really helped a lot, I think, in my career is Larry Smith, who's really taught me how to do a lot of the paperwork that we all don't like to do in forensics, but needs to get done, and how to get involved with curriculum and things of that nature, which I have reluctantly done, but done some over the years.
And what would you consider your major contributions to speech in California?
Well, along the lines of team debate in the mid-'70s and the early '80s, I wrote curriculum for team debate, which was kind of based more on getting debaters to be more persuasive. And as far as other curriculum involvements, I developed some team judging instructions that were used in forensics for about 10 years.
Do you have any interesting experiences in coaching that you'd like to share with us?
I guess the one that I was most proud of is we were at the Berkeley tournament a number of years ago, which is a pretty fast tournament, as most people know. we were able to get a team all the way to the semifinalists, and neither kid had been to a workshop. And I think it was a great source of personal pride to have two kids in the semifinal round at the Berkeley tournament that had never gone to a workshop. And that sticks out most in my mind.
Do you have any students who you remember most vividly, aside from me?
Well, I do remember you, Chris, because we took you up to Sanger, as I recall, as a sophomore, and got you qualified in 3 rounds to the state tournament. So I have a good memory of you.
Well,
But there's just been so many students that have been a part of our forensics life, and to name them would be, I think, a disservice to all the others who I'm not going to be able to name. But I would like to say they're all very special, and I think of them in a very special way.
Do you have any particular former students that have become highly successful?
Well, just through the grapevine, I've learned that there's been a lot of lawyers and doctors and physicians and politicians and the kind of people you would expect would fall into this category. But, and they come back and they say nice things, and it kind of keeps the old man going.
Are there any closing remarks or anything you'd like to make?
Just that forensics has been a wonderful experience for me. I've had some health problems that have prevented me from being involved with forensics as much as I'd like to in the past, but nonetheless, forensics has been basically my life, and it's something that I've really, really enjoyed.
Well, thank you, Mr. Vettel.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.